thank you so much for calling. Paul and I have really been looking forward to talking to you. He's not here right now, but he will be. But, I'm sorry, I'm just a little frazzled. I completely lost track of time, and I didn't realize. Anyway, I am so happy that you found time to squeeze us in, because we really need your help. We are having trouble navigating everything, and obviously couples get on each other's nerves. We've been together a long time. We know that, but this is different. Being trapped in here with each other for months on end has been a challenge. Let's just say that. And so we thought we would try this virtual counseling. And maybe we could work some stuff out. And actually, your timing could not be more perfect, because we just had a thing, which is why Paul isn't here right now. But he will be soon, I think. So let me tell you what happened, because I know Paul is going to mention it. Just before you called, we had a package delivered. Which kind of confused me, because we had agreed between us, I thought, not to, to tighten our belts, and yet here Paul was ordering from Amazon without telling me. So yeah, I was peeved, and that was before I opened the box. I should tell you that our apartment has never been big enough for the two of us, and once we got the cat, well, forget it. She takes up a lot of room, not just physically. She has a big personality. Paul says she gets that from me, which is kind of funny, but also kind of. We had thought about moving for years, but there was always a reason not to. And then once we officially decided that we were not going to have children, we knew we would never move. Little did we know that we would be stuck, locked in here on top of each other for months on end. Now I know why people in prison are always getting shivved. Not that it's come to that, but I mean, close. So, this box arrives, and I say to Paul, "What's in the box, Paul?" And he says, "Oh, just a few necessities to get us through." So in my head, that means like sanitary wipes or bottled water, or I don't know, necessary things. I should also add that we're both working from home, which is an added stressor. He works for American Express, and I teach up at Fordham. And so we've printed up a schedule. So Paul will not do any work calls while I'm teaching, although that does not stop him from walking through the apartment in his underwear while I'm having Zoom classes. But that's another thing. I guess what I have discovered during the lockdown is that the Paul that I know and love is very different from the Paul that his coworkers know and love, which wouldn't matter, except that I am spending most of my days with work Paul instead of regular Paul, and work Paul is a person I find it very difficult to be around. For instance, work Paul is on the phone a lot, and he talks much louder than regular Paul, and he is something of an aggressive jokester. And finally, he apparently eats almonds, just a couple, every once in a while, but throughout the day. And I have been married to this man for 12 years, and I have never seen him eat an almond. So I said, "Hey, Paul, what's up with the nuts?" And he said, "Oh, I always eat nuts while I'm working. They're a healthy snack, and they help me feel sustained." which, okay, yeah, but the thing is, the way he eats them is so fucking loud. And so I say to him, hey, Paul, do you have to eat those that way? And he looks at me like I'm crazy. And he says, well, I'm just eating the way I always do. Which is, I feel totally gaslit because, yes, I know nuts are crunchy, but you could chew them quietly if you chose to. All you have to do is close your lips and keep them closed, but I don't think he's doing that. I think he is chewing loudly on purpose, like deliberately, like crunch, 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 crunch. So I'm just trying to give you some background about where my head was when he opened the Amazon box. So the first thing that he pulled out of the box was a trumpet. And right away, I'm like, what is happening? Because who orders a trumpet from Amazon? And why? I mean, I know Work Paul is a jokester, but really? So Paul explains to me that when he was in high school, he used to play the trumpet. And news to me, by the way. And he says, while I have all this extra time, I thought I could get back to it. So at this moment, I have to assume that this person has actually lost his mind because we have neighbors. And while our neighbors are generally pleasant people, I don't think they would appreciate him reconnecting with the trumpet. So the next thing he pulls out of this box is these sound-canceling headphones. So I say to him, oh, Paul, are those for me to wear when you're playing the trumpet? And he kind of laughs. And he says, oh, no, these are for me, so I don't have to listen to your lectures. And I don't know if he means my Fordham classes or the things I'm saying to him around the house, but either way, I don't like that answer. So, needless to say, by the time he pulls out the 10-pound bag of almonds, I have seen enough. And I grab the nuts from him, and I say, what is this? Nobody needs this many almonds! And he looks kind of confused, and he tries to snatch the bag back from me, but he trips over the cat, and he kind of stumbles forward, and he knocks his head really hard when he falls on the table. Not that he's bleeding or anything, but he was unconscious. I mean, he still is unconscious, but he's breathing, so I'm not worried. And so I do think though that he is going to have some choice words for me once he comes to, which I think is any minute because he's starting to move around. So I've told you my side. Paul will tell you his side. And then maybe you have some tips for us. Because as I said before,